Hi guys, Anvam here, and I'm going to be talking about all the World Cup jerseys designed by the various manufacturers for Qatar 2022. And oh boy, we have a lot to get into. Um, I think some overall thoughts that I have about the jerseys this year is that Adidas have just overall done a much better job. We have some really unique and some really interesting designs, and they have like a differentiating factor. I mean, if you cover, the badge or the logo of on the jersey, you can be like, oh, okay, that's, that has to be Adidas. That's Adidas. For me, Nike really dropped the ball. I mean, they make some really good jerseys, some really good club jerseys. But for me, the Nike World Cup collection is just so underwhelming. In fact, I think a lot of the pre-match jerseys that they've designed for the teams actually would make better kits, match-worn kits for the teams than, what they've released. And then you have some, interesting designs from other companies. I think Puma took a really bold approach to jersey design this year. I mean, it didn't really work when they tried, doing that for the club kits a few seasons ago, where they had like the name of the team written and no logo. That really didn't work. But I think it's still brave of them to try and take this unique approach to the jerseys. So kind of let's get into the Adidas jerseys first of all. I think I think Germany's jersey is really nice. It's beautiful. It's minimalistic. I think it pays homage to one of their first ever World Cup jerseys with the black line running across. The accents, the gold accents, it's very clean. It's very minimal. And then you have the German flag around the collar and on the sides. For me, Germany it's one of my favorite kits in the World Cup right now. Their away kit as well, I think it's interesting. It's a unique pattern. The color scheme as well is interesting. For me, Germany have a really strong, kit and a very strong team. So it will be fun to see them, donning it and playing, and hopefully, let's see, reaching the latter stage is of the World Cup. Belgium is interesting. Um, they've it's kind of very plain on the front, but I like the flame patterns on the sleeves. Again, we're seeing, Adidas really embrace their minimal logo, getting rid of the text underneath and just having that shape there, which I really like. Um, their away kit is, I think, inspired by like Tomorrowland, the music festival. I love, the colors being inside the logos. The white, I feel like they could have added or done a bit more with this jersey, play with those colors. But, overall, again, I'm a fan of it. We then have Japan. It takes inspiration from, origami and again, Adidas just, I think they've done a really good job with I think all of their jerseys. Maybe one that I didn't like, we'll get to that towards the, in a few. Yeah, I think it's just coming up. Japan again, their away kit really nice. You can see the origami and the colors. Spain for me is the big disappointment when it comes to the Adidas jerseys. I really wish they would have done something a bit, cooler, a bit nicer for their jersey. I think they've stuck to, the color scheme that we usually see on Spain jerseys. I just wish they'd done something a bit more. They tried with the away jersey here, but again, there's just something about this for me that doesn't quite work. I don't know if it's, the color scheme or the pattern. There's just something a bit off for me. Spain probably out of all the Adidas ones probably could use, some improvement. But I guess it's too late now. I'll give that a shot. Argentina, their home jersey, I don't think there's much they could have done. Because it's kind of it always is the stripes and maybe they could have played around with some of the sleeves or the patterns or the collar maybe. But Adidas is the Argentina home jersey is it works. Again, there's not much they could have done. But I think for me the away jersey is gorgeous. It's mind blowing. I mean, and I think there's a reason I'm wearing that right now. It's just, I love the colors. I love the pattern. I love the flames. It's kind of like the flames from the Belgium sleeve on the jersey. Oh, I think this jersey just really, really works. Mexico is also, I quite like it. The patterns, the colors, it just works. They've again kind of nailed it. And their away jersey, I think it takes, inspiration from like, some of their history and some ancient civilizations. But I I think this one is awesome. Now we're going to move on to Nike. I graphically Nike always do an excellent job of kind of presenting the jerseys, the kits, their products. But I feel so let down by the jerseys that they've put out this year. I mean, come on, you had to have done better here. This is France. I I like the the gold and the blue, the dark blue, but come on, reigning world champions, you have to do something that come, like excite the fans, excite the people. The away jersey is nice. I think they've got some images of, famous landmarks across the country, but really, I think they could have done something so much cooler for France. Again, reigning world champions, excite the fans, excite the people, do something different. Portugal. I just don't know what they were trying here. I think the green and the green shorts, it just really doesn't work. In fact, there have been a lot of, pictures circulating online and, on social media where I think there's a Vasco da Gama kit, a club in Portugal that was created, and this would make, just remove the I think it's the Kappa branding, remove that, add, put a Nike there and a Nike symbol there, and that's your World Cup jersey. This looks gorgeous. And then you compare it to this, and you're just like, what? The away kit again, nothing too cool going on there. It's just the colors of the flag, and that's about it. Croatia, it's interesting again because it's not the standard Czech pattern, the Czech design. They've tried to play around with it a bit. It works, but for me, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. And I think that this is what I come back to, where there are many Adidas jerseys that I want to buy. There are not many Nike jerseys that I want to buy or I would consider purchasing. I think the cooler jerseys that Nike have are their pre-match jerseys, which is why I think I got the Portugal one because I think that looks really cool. But apart from that, there's nothing really that, interests me or excites me. Again, it's just plain orange. I think there's some patterns there. That's about it. Plain blue with some orange there. That's about it. I I think they've tried here by putting, the logo in the center, which is kind of different to some of the jerseys that they have out there. But uh, again, I don't really know what they were trying. Um, Saudi Arabia here, it I don't like the pattern on the away jersey. I think the home jersey kind of works. I I mean, I just think Nike could have done, a much better job with a lot of the jerseys that they've launched this year. And for me, out of all of the jerseys, this is probably the most disappointing, set that they've put out. I mean, come on, Qatar, the host nation of the World Cup, you know, the first World Cup take place in the Middle East in forever at the first time. Come on, you have to do something nicer, something cooler here. It's so plain. It's so plain. I really wish they would have like experimented or pushed, this a bit more. You want people buying the host nation jersey. You want people to be excited when they step on the pitch. This is just plain boring. I think they just have the flag on the sleeve and that's about it. Come on, Nike. You usually do so much better with club jerseys. Come on. Canada is also very disappointing. I think they're the only team to not have a new set of jerseys. They're just going to be wearing the same jerseys they were wearing when they were, I think, during like the qualifying campaign. That's about it. I don't really know what to say here. It's plain red, plain white with the badge and the sponsor. I don't. Australia, yellow, green. It's okay. Okay. For me, I like the Brazil jersey. I mean, I have Brazil is pretty close to my heart, and I love the country. I like the Jaguar inspired print. It's hard to see here, but I think it's more visible in their away jersey on the sleeves. I like it. Um, I'm not the biggest fan, but again, this is probably the one jersey from the Nike collection I would consider buying. Um, and Yeah, now let's have a look at Puma. I think Puma really took a bold step here. They tried something really different. I think we have Switzerland, Serbia, Uruguay, Senegal, Morocco, and I think it's Cameroon, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just have a look here. It's Cameroon. No, okay, it's Ghana. It's Ghana. So I like it. Um, I won't lie. I think it's a very interesting and unique approach. As you can see, their home jerseys are usually the more, the standard design for jerseys, and the away kit is where they've really experimented with like this box and the flag. Um, I think Uruguay's looks really nice with the number in the middle. I hope that's what they do for most teams. The Swiss one looks really nice as well. Morocco with the pattern. I mean, I see these jerseys get a lot of hate online, which in my opinion, I think unjustified because it's unique, it's different. We haven't really seen jerseys like this before. And you want your jerseys to be memorable, when it's on the biggest stage, in the world when it comes to football. And I'm a fan of these. I like these. But I think overall, we come back to this where it's just I'm so disappointed by the jerseys that Nike have put out this year. I really wish they would have, been a bit more bold in some of their choices and their patterns. They do a good job when it comes to club jerseys, and I feel like they just really let or dropped the ball for the World Cup kits. For me, Adidas have done an amazing job. They've each jersey, each team has, something unique about it, like a defining characteristic. I I'm so happy about the Adidas jersey. I mean, I would probably buy all of these if I could, but I don't think I will. So far, I just have the Germany one and the Argentina one. I think two of my favorites. And I would consider buying the Mexico jersey later on as well when it releases. But yeah, I think these are my thoughts for the World Cup. Obviously, we will be there later this year. Hopefully, get to see a lot of these teams in action live on the pitch. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some more coverage as well of the World Cup, with Ambika, with Dad, with Mom. And we'll also soon share some of our designs for the custom India jerseys that we've made that we will be, wearing when we go for the matches. So yeah, excited for the World Cup and I can't wait to get there. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.